Hi friends, Miss Natalie here. Today I'm going to show you how to start the painting of your landscape. You should have your sketch already done and get your paints out. I am going to be using a palette of warm colors. So I mostly have red and orange and yellow. I have a little bit of blue so I can try to make a warmish sort of purple for my sky because I'm creating unity through my color palette. So all warm colors in my painting are going to create a strong sense of unity. And when I paint my landscape, I'm going to start with my background. In fact, I'm going to start with a sky. And I am watering down these paints so they're almost like watercolors. That's because I'm using a watercolor paper. If you have a paper that maybe doesn't absorb color quite so much, you would probably want to use a thicker amount of paint, not water it down so much. But I'm starting with this to make my kind of pinky purpley sky. Oh, I like that. And I'm using a fairly large brush. This brush is actually bigger than the ones that come in your art kit. Here's what I say. If you have your own paints, use them. If you have watercolor paints, use them. If you have your own brushes, use them. And remember, you can also do this assignment digitally. So if you would rather do digital paint landscape, that's fine too. I just want to show you, just in case you want to use the paints that you have with perhaps a piece of watercolor paper, how you can do that. So I'm making this kind of gorgeous red sky. Add a little bit more red there because my reference image has gone away. Thank you, tablet. I've got my palette here full of all my colors. And even though my reference image has a blue sky, I've decided to give it a sunset-y kind of feel instead. Maybe like the end of the sunset where it's a little bit more purple night, but still fairly warm colors so that it's not gonna take away from my color palette and the unity that I'm trying to create. Now, here's the thing. It would have been smarter if I would have gone with a bluer color palette. Why? Because as we all remember, things that are in the distance, because of atmospheric perspective, do tend to look a little bit more blue and hazy. So I'm going to do this blue. So I'm going to take like some orange and add it there to a little bit of blue, because orange and blue together, whoa, that's way too much blue. And this is why you have to be super careful about how much you add, because a little bit can go a long way. And now that's super orange. Why? But blue and orange together gives us all of the colors of the primary colors, I should say. And therefore will make kind of a brownish when we put them all together. If you mix all three primary colors, you generally get different kinds of browns depending on what primary colors you have. I just really want to put a little bit more blue in. So what if I just, ooh, yeah, there we go. It's still not too cool, but I am getting kind of a hazy feel, so I am getting a little bit of that atmospheric perspective. And it would definitely be hazy if I then take my brush that's a little bit dry and just maybe soften those edges up so it looks like it's almost a mirage. Is it almost a mirage? Sorry, I'm not even sure you can hear me when I'm that quiet. All right, so that is my very far background. And then the closer in background, I'm gonna make it more that orangey red color. It still has a little bit of blue to it because atmospheric perspective, but also, and this is going to be a pretty abstract kind of landscape. I am being inspired by the Chinese brush painting landscapes and how they're about a lot about shape and the sense of space. And I'm not really interested in realistic detail. Not really. Ooh, I like that a lot, actually. All right, so that is my background. And the next thing I'm gonna do is, oh shoot, you know what? I'm gonna have to come back and work on this a little bit more because I've lost some of the things I like about it, and that's kind of what happens when you paint. But sometimes you lose the things that you like, and you have to kind of find them again. So I'm going to stop our video for now because I do have our background done, and I might add a few more things, a few more sections. Let this dry a little bit, come back, kind of poke at it a little bit more, or not. Sometimes it's better just to stop. So I will be back with the middle ground. See you soon.